My dear friend, today I invite you to step into your power. For too long you have second yourself, questioned your worth, and wondered if you were enough. I am here to remind you, you are more powerful, more capable, and more deserving than you realize. Beloved friend, doubt is one of the greatest thieves of joy and fulfillment. It sneaks into your mind quietly, making you question your abilities, your worth, and your dreams. It whispers that you are not enough, that you are unworthy, that what you desire is too far out of reach. And yet, I am here to remind you that doubt is not the truth. It is simply a thought, a habit you have carried for too long. The truth is that you are a magnificent being, capable of far more than you have yet allowed yourself to see. When you were a child, before the world filled your mind with limitations, you believed anything was possible. You dreamed freely. You imagined yourself becoming an explorer, an artist, a healer, a leader, or perhaps all of them at once. You didn't question whether you were worthy of those dreams. You simply felt the joy of imagining them. That pure, unshaken belief still lives within you. It has not disappeared. It has only been buried under layers of doubt, criticism, and fear. Today, I invite you to peel away those layers and return to the truth of who you are. Self-doubt often comes from the voices of the past. Perhaps you were told you were not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. Perhaps you were compared to others who seemed brighter, stronger, or more talented. Those old messages became seeds in your mind, and over time, they grew into weeds of doubt. But weeds can be pulled out. You are not obligated to carry those voices with you any longer. They are not yours to keep. Every time you catch yourself doubting, remember, this thought is not the voice of your soul. Your soul only speaks love. Releasing doubt begins with awareness. Notice the moments you hold yourself back. The times when you want to try something new, but immediately hear a thought say, "What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough?" In those moments, pause. Breathe. Remind yourself gently, this is only a thought. I can choose a new thought right now. The beautiful thing about the mind is that it is always listening, always responding to what you tell it. If you begin to feed it loving, empowering thoughts, it will slowly transform. Instead of "I can't," it will learn to say, "I can." Instead of "I'm not enough," it will learn to affirm, "I am more than enough." You are not here to live small. You are not here to dim your light or shrink into the background. You are here to shine. Doubt tries to dim that light, but it cannot extinguish it. No matter how deeply you have doubted yourself, there is still a spark within you that refuses to go out. That spark is your true self, and it is calling you now. It whispers, "Trust me, believe in me. Give me a chance to show you how powerful you really are." Think of the times in your life when you succeeded despite your doubts. Think of the moments you were afraid but did it anyway. You may have doubted, but you still moved forward, and that forward movement led to growth. Every success you have ever had is proof that doubt is not the truth. You moved past it before, and you can do again. And each time you move through it, your confidence grows stronger, your faith in yourself expands, and your light shines brighter. It is also important to forgive yourself for the times you allowed doubt to hold you back. Do not waste energy regretting what you did not do. For life always gives you another chance. The opportunities you think you missed can return in new forms. The dreams you think you abandoned can be reborn. Release the burden of guilt or regret, and know that today is always the perfect day to begin again. Begin by affirming your worth daily. Stand in front of a mirror. Look into your own eyes and say, "I trust you. I believe in you. You are enough." At first it may feel strange. Doubt may try to resist. But if you stay consistent, if you continue to pour love into your mind, the doubt will soften. Over time, it will lose its grip on you completely. Love is always stronger than fear. Every great achievement in this world was born from someone who once doubted themselves. But the difference is, they did not let the doubt stop them. They acted anyway. They trusted that something greater was guiding them, and that same greatness is guiding you. The universe has placed dreams in your heart for a reason. They are not accidents. They are not random. They are whispers of your destiny, waiting for you to trust yourself enough to pursue them. So, let this be the moment you release doubt and step into faith. Breathe deeply and affirm with me now. I release all doubt. I believe in myself completely. I am worthy of every dream in my heart. Repeat it until your whole being feels it. With every repetition, you dissolve the chains of doubt and step into the freedom of belief. My friend, you are more powerful than you know, more gifted than you imagine, and more deserving than you realize. Let the doubt fall away like an old garment that no longer fits. Stand tall in your truth. Trust your inner wisdom. Go forward with courage and watch as life opens doors you never thought possible. The moment you release self-doubt, you awaken to the truth. You have always been enough, and you always will be. Within you lives a wisdom so ancient, so pure, and so trustworthy that it has been guiding you from the very beginning of your life. This inner wisdom is not loud or forceful. It does not demand or shout. Instead, it speaks in whispers, in nudges, in gentle feelings that you sometimes ignore because the noise of the outside world seems louder. Yet every time you listen to it, you find yourself on a path that feels right, a path that feels aligned with who you truly are. Your inner wisdom is the voice of your soul, and it is always guiding you toward love, growth, and fulfillment. For too long, you may have been conditioned to doubt yourself, to place more trust in the opinions of others than in your own intuition. From childhood, you were taught to follow rules, to please authority, to live according to standards set by someone else. Over time, this may have created a distance between you and your inner guidance. You may have begun to believe that others know better than you, that their approval is more important than your inner knowing. And yet, no matter how long you have ignored it, your inner wisdom has never left you. It waits patiently, always ready to lead you back home to yourself. Think of the times in your life when you listened to that quiet voice within, even when it made no sense to others. Perhaps you felt an urge to change direction, to end something that no longer served you, or to step into something new and unfamiliar. At first, fear may have tried to stop you. Logic may have told you it was risky. People may have questioned your choices. Yet deep inside, something kept whispering, "This is the way." When you followed, when you trusted, did you notice how doors opened? Did you notice how even challenges became stepping stones? That is the power of trusting your inner wisdom. It always leads you exactly where you need to go. This wisdom is not separate from you. It is you. It is your higher self, the part of you that is deeply connected to the universe, to God, to the source of all life. It sees beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond limitations. While your mind may become entangled in worries and what-ifs, your inner wisdom remains calm, clear, and steady. It already knows the answers you seek, and it offers them to you through intuition, through feelings of peace or discomfort, through synchronicities that appear like gentle signs along your path. The challenge is not that you lack wisdom. The challenge is that you often do not pause long enough to hear it. In a world full of distractions, you forget to listen. But when you slow down, when you quiet your mind and place your hand over your heart, you will find that the guidance has been there all along. It may say, "Wes, go this way," or "No, that path is not for you." It may encourage you to let go, or it may encourage you to hold on a little longer. And though it may not always lead you on the easiest road, it will always lead you on the right road. Trusting your inner wisdom is an act of self-love. It is a declaration that you believe in yourself enough to follow what feels true, even when it goes against the expectations of others. It is remembering that no one else is living your life but you, and therefore no one else can possibly know what is best for you. Others may advise you from their perspective, but only you can feel what is aligned for your soul. Only you can sense the quiet pull that says, "This is your path." It is also important to understand that mistakes are not failures. Even when you feel you have taken a wrong turn, your inner wisdom can use that experience to guide you closer to where you are meant to be. There is no wasted journey, no wasted time. For everything you experience deepens your understanding and strengthens your connection to yourself. Trusting your inner wisdom does not mean you will never face challenges. It means you will face them with faith, knowing you are guided and supported every step of the way. To strengthen your connection to this wisdom, take moments each day to go within. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, what do I need to know right now? What does my heart want me to do? Then listen, without judgment, without rushing. Sometimes the answer will come immediately as a feeling of clarity. Sometimes it will come later through a dream, through a conversation, or through a sudden realization while you are doing something ordinary. The more you practice listening, the more natural it becomes. Affirm often, I trust myself. I trust my inner wisdom. I am always guided to what is right for me. These words are not empty, they are seeds. With repetition, they grow stronger in your subconscious mind, and soon you will find yourself acting with more confidence, more peace, more certainty. Life becomes less about doubt and more about trust. You begin to move with the flow of the universe, rather than against it. My dear friend, everything you are searching for outside of yourself is already within you. You do not need anyone to give you permission to follow your dreams. You do not need the world to approve before you take a step. All you need is to listen to trust, and to move forward in faith. The answers you seek are not in the noise around you. They are in the stillness within you. Your inner wisdom is your compass, your guide, your truest friend. Trust it, and it will never lead you astray. You were not born to live a life of limitation, struggle, or settling for less than what your heart desires. You came into this world as a being of light, filled with infinite potential, and deserving of all the love, joy, success, and abundance that life has to offer. Yet somewhere along the way, many of us forget this truth. We are taught that wanting more is selfish, that asking for the best is too much, that being content with less is noble. But today I want to remind you of something powerful. You deserve the best, not because of what you have done, but simply because of who you are. You are a child of life itself, and life always intended for you to thrive. Think for a moment about the beauty of nature. The sun never holds back its light and warmth. The ocean never apologizes for its vastness. The flowers do not question if they are worthy of blooming in brilliant colors each spring. They simply express the fullness of what they are. In the same way, you were created to express the fullness of who you are. You were created to expand, to flourish, and to receive the goodness that this life is overflowing with. You were never meant to play small. You were never meant to accept crumbs when a feast has been prepared for you. Yet many of us have been conditioned to believe otherwise. Perhaps you were told that your dreams were unrealistic. Perhaps you were made to feel guilty for wanting more. Perhaps someone's careless words planted seeds of unworthiness in your heart. Those seeds grew into beliefs that whispered, I don't deserve love. I don't deserve abundance. I don't deserve joy. But hear me now, those beliefs are lies. They are not the truth of who you are. And the beautiful thing is, you can uproot them at any moment. You can choose new thoughts, new beliefs, and new truths that remind you of your worthiness. You are deserving not only of the basics, but of the best. You deserve relationships that nourish your soul, not drain it. You deserve work that inspires you, not depletes you. You deserve opportunities that expand your gifts, not diminish them. You deserve abundance that flows with ease, not struggle. And you deserve love that reflects the beauty of your own heart, not love that asks you to shrink or compromise your value. When you accept less than what you deserve, you send a message to the universe that you do not believe in your own worth. But when you choose the best for yourself, you align with the energy of truth, and life rushes to support you. It is not selfish to want the best. It is not greedy to desire abundance. It is not arrogant to know your worth. In fact, it is the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for others. Because when you live from a place of abundance, you inspire others to do the same. When you honor your worth, you teach others to honor theirs. And when you allow yourself to receive the best, you have more love, more energy, and more light to share with the world. So let go of guilt. Release the belief that you must struggle, sacrifice, settle. That is an old story, and it no longer serves you. Begin to affirm each day, I am worthy of the best. I open my arms to receive the highest and greatest good that life has for me. At first, the words may feel unfamiliar. You may hear doubt try to argue against them. But as you repeat them, as you speak them with love and faith, they will begin to take root in your heart. They will grow stronger than any old belief of unworthiness. And soon you will begin to see changes in your life. Opportunities appearing, relationships improving, abundance flowing, because you finally allowed yourself to believe that you deserve it. Remember, my dear, that life is always responding to your sense of worth. If you ask for little, you receive little. If you settle for less, less is what comes. But when you raise your standards, when you expect beauty, love, joy, and abundance, life rises to meet you there. This is not about demanding or forcing. It is about aligning with the truth of who you are. You are already worthy. You do not have to prove it. You do not have to earn it. You only have to accept it. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself living the life you truly desire. See yourself surrounded by love, by abundance, by joy. Feel the peace of knowing that everything you need flows to you with ease. Breathe into that vision and say to yourself, I deserve this. I am worthy of this. This is my truth. Let it sink into your very being. Carry that feeling with you into every decision you make. Let it guide how you speak to yourself, how you treat yourself, and what you choose to allow into your life. My beloved, never again settle for less than the best. Never again believe the lie that you are unworthy. Stand tall in the truth that you deserve all the goodness that life has to offer. Open your arms wide and say, Wes, I receive. And as you do, you will discover that the best has been waiting for you all along. Fear is one of the greatest illusions you will ever encounter. It feels so real, so heavy, so powerful, and yet it is nothing more than a thought, a projection of the mind into an imagined future. Fear whispers stories about what could go wrong, about what might happen if you take a step forward, about why you should stay small and safe. But when you look closely, you see that fear has no substance. It is like a shadow on the wall. It looks large and frightening until you turn on the light and realize it has no real power. That light, my dear, is love, and love is always stronger than fear. You were not born with fear. When you came into this world, you came with curiosity, with openness, with wonder. You did not fear taking your first steps, even though you fell many times. You did not fear expressing your needs, crying when you were hungry, laughing when you were joyful. Fear is not your natural state. It was learned. It was passed on to you through the voices of others, through experiences that taught you to be cautious, through moments when life felt uncertain. And yet, because fear is learned, it can also be unlearned. You can release it gently and lovingly and return to your original nature of trust and freedom. So many people allow fear to rule their lives. They let fear stop them from pursuing their dreams, from speaking their truth, from opening their hearts. They play it safe, believing that safety is found in staying small, in not risking too much, in not stepping into the unknown. But true safety is not found in hiding. True safety is found in trusting life, trusting yourself, and knowing that whatever happens, you will be guided, supported, and cared for. Fear may try to convince you otherwise, but remember, fear is not truth. It is only a story. The moment you recognize fear for what it is, you begin to reclaim your power. You no longer see it as an enemy to fight, but as a signal, a reminder that you are about to grow. Fear shows up most strongly when you are on the edge of change, when you are standing at the doorway of something new and expansive. Instead of letting it paralyze you, learn to see it as a sign that you are moving in the right direction. The very presence of fear means you are about to step into more of your power. How do you let go of fear? You begin by breathing. When fear arises, your body tightens, your breath becomes shallow, and your thoughts race. Simply stopping to take a deep, conscious breath begins to calm the mind and soften the body. In that pause, you can remember, this is only fear. It is not who I am. Place your hand over your heart and say to yourself, I am safe. Life supports me. I am guided and protected. These simple words can dissolve fear in an instant because they bring you back to the truth. You can also release fear by replacing it with love. Fear and love cannot exist in the same space. When you fill your mind with loving thoughts, when you affirm your worth and your safety, fear has no choice but to dissolve. Each time you say, I trust myself, I trust life, I am safe, you are choosing love over fear. Each time you take even a small step forward despite the fear, you weaken its hold and strengthen your faith. Think of the times you were afraid in the past, and yet you moved forward anyway. Perhaps you started something new, ended something old, or spoke your truth even though your voice trembled. In those moments, you discovered that fear was only an illusion, that you were far stronger than it. And if you were strong enough then, you are strong enough now. You have faced fear before, and you will continue to rise above it, because your spirit is greater than any fear your mind can create. Do not be ashamed of your fears. We all experience them. What matters is not that fear shows up, but how you respond to it. Will you let it stop you, or will you walk forward hand in hand with it, knowing it cannot truly harm you? Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward in spite of it, trusting that the ground will appear beneath your feet as you take each step. Affirm often, I release all fear. I am safe in the world. Life loves me and supports me. Let these words sink into your heart. Imagine fear as a heavy coat that you no longer need. Feel yourself taking it off, laying it down, and walking forward lighter, freer, more open. Notice how much more energy, creativity, and joy flow into your life when fear no longer weighs you down. My beloved, fear is not your master. You are. Fear is not your truth. Love is. And love will always guide you more faithfully than fear ever could. So breathe deeply, trust yourself, and let go. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that everything you desire is waiting for you on the other side of fear. Life is ready to meet you with open arms. If only you are willing to step beyond the illusion. And when you do, you will realize that you are always safe, always strong, and always stronger than you knew. Every single day of your life, you are affirming something. Whether you realize it or not, the words you speak and the thoughts you think are constant affirmations. When you say, I can't do this, you are affirming limitation. When you say, I am unlucky, you are affirming struggle. When you repeat to yourself, nothing ever works out for me, you are affirming defeat. These statements may feel casual, they may slip out without awareness, but each one is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. And just like any seed, give enough repetition and attention, it will grow into your reality. The beautiful truth is that you can choose different seeds. You can affirm your power instead of your weakness. You can affirm your worth instead of your doubt. You can affirm abundance, health, love, and joy instead of struggle, sickness, loneliness, and lack. Affirmations are not about pretending or lying to yourself. They are about remembering the truth that has always been within you. The truth is that you are a powerful creator. The truth is that life responds to your thoughts and your beliefs. The truth is that your words carry energy, and that energy shapes your experience. When you affirm daily, I am strong, I am capable, I am worthy, you are not inventing something new. You are awakening to what has been true about you from the very beginning. Think of your mind as a garden. If you do not plant consciously, weeds will grow by default. The weeds are the old beliefs, the old doubts, the fears that were handed to you by others. Affirmations are the deliberate planting of flowers, fruits, and trees of abundance. Each time you repeat a loving, empowering statement, you are tending to your garden. At first, you may not see results. The old weeds may still be there, and the new seeds may still be invisible beneath the soil. But if you keep going, if you water them daily with repetition and belief, soon the garden begins to change. Soon your mind becomes a place of beauty, of growth, of possibility. You do not need to spend hours each day affirming. Even a few minutes of conscious affirmation can transform your state of being. Begin your mornings with love. Look in the mirror and say, today I choose to believe in myself. Today I choose to walk in my power. Today I open my arms to receive the best that life has for me. Notice how your energy shifts immediately when you say these words. Affirmations are like tuning a musical instrument. They align you with the right frequency for the day ahead. Throughout your day, pay attention to the moments when old negative thoughts arise. Perhaps you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed. Instead of letting those thoughts run on autopilot, stop and replace them with new affirmations. Say to yourself, I am more than enough. Success flows to me easily. I trust the process of life. Each time you do this, you are rewiring your mind. You are teaching it to align with truth instead of illusion. Affirmations also work best when you feel them in your body. Don't just say the words. Breathe them in. Place your hand on your heart as you affirm. Close your eyes and imagine what it feels like to already be the person you are affirming yourself to be. If you say, I am abundant, imagine the joy and gratitude of abundance already flowing into your life. If you say, I am loved, imagine yourself surrounded by love, warmth, and kindness. The mind responds not just to words, but to feelings. So when you combine the two, you create a powerful force of manifestation. Remember that affirming your power is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice. Just as you bathe your body each day, you must also cleanse your mind. Just as you nourish your body with food, you must also nourish your spirit with words of love and empowerment. Over time, this daily practice becomes natural. You begin to speak to yourself with kindness automatically. You begin to think in ways that support your highest good. And as your inner dialogue shifts, your outer world begins to shift as well. Think of the countless people who transformed their lives simply by changing their affirmations. People who once believed they were powerless discovered strength. People who once believed they were unlovable attracted deep, beautiful relationships. People who once believed they were destined for struggle stepped into abundance and ease. The common thread in all these stories is this: they began to affirm their power daily, and life responded to their new beliefs. Do not underestimate the power of a single sentence spoken with conviction. Words create worlds. Each affirmation you speak is like placing an order with the universe. When you affirm lack, you receive more lack. When you affirm abundance, you invite abundance to flow. The universe does not judge. It simply responds to the energy you send out. So choose wisely. Choose lovingly. Choose to affirm your greatness, your worthiness, your power. Right now, as you listen, take a deep breath and speak these words. I am powerful. I am worthy. I am guided and supported. I trust myself. I create a beautiful life. Feel how different your energy becomes in this moment. This is the gift of affirmations. They lift you instantly into alignment with truth. My dear friend, affirm your power daily, not just when you feel strong, but especially when you feel weak. Those are the moments when affirmations are most needed, when they act like a hand reaching out to lift you from the shadows. With each repetition, you will grow stronger. With each day, you will believe more deeply. And soon, you will see the evidence of your affirmations reflected all around you. Affirm your power daily, and watch as your life blossoms into the radiant expression it was always meant to be. When you dream, you awaken a vision of what life could be. Those dreams are not random fantasies. They are sacred whispers of your soul, nudging you toward the life you are meant to live. Yet, a dream without action remains only a dream. It is like a seed never planted, full of potential but never allowed to grow into its beauty. This is why inspired action is so important. It is the bridge between your vision and your reality, between what you imagine and what you experience. Inspired action is not about rushing or forcing things. It is about listening, aligning, and moving forward with faith that every step is guiding you to something greater. So often we wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, the perfect confidence before moving forward. But perfection never comes. The truth is, the perfect time is always now. Action taken from your heart, even if small, has the power to shift your entire world. You do not need to know the whole path before you begin. You only need to take the next step, and then the next, and the journey will unfold. The universe responds when you move. It opens doors you could not see before and brings opportunities you never imagined. But it requires your willingness to show up. Taking inspired action means listening deeply to your intuition. It is not about blindly doing everything you think might work or exhausting yourself with constant effort. It is about moving in harmony with your inner guidance. When you act from this place, you will feel a sense of excitement, joy, and alignment, even if fear is also present. Inspired action feels different from forced action. Forced action drains you, inspired action energizes you. Forced action often comes from doubt or desperation. Inspired action comes from trust and love. Learn to tell the difference, and you will know when it is time to move. Remember that the first step does not need to be grand. The most powerful beginnings often look small from the outside. Writing down your vision, sending one email, making one phone call, learning one new skill, taking one walk toward better health. These are seeds. When nurtured, they grow into extraordinary results. Do not underestimate the power of consistent, small actions taken in alignment with your heart. Each one compounds, building momentum. and soon you will see your world transforming in ways that feel almost miraculous. Fear may try to hold you back when it comes time to act. You may hear thoughts like, what if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if it doesn't work? But let me remind you, failure is not a final destination. Every step, whether it brings the outcome you hoped for or not, is progress. Each action teaches you, shapes you, and brings you closer to clarity. You cannot fail if you are willing to learn. By moving forward, even imperfectly, you are already succeeding because you are living instead of waiting. Action also tells the universe that you believe in yourself. When you move toward your desire, you send a powerful message. I trust that what I want is possible, and the universe loves to meet you at the level of your belief. Opportunities flow to those who are ready to receive, and readiness is shown through action. You cannot sit in the same place and expect change. You must rise up, step forward, and claim your space in the life you want. Think about the times in your past when you took action, even when you were scared. Perhaps you started something new, made a change, or followed your heart. Remember the sense of freedom and strength that came afterward. That same strength lives in you now. It has never left. It is waiting for you to call upon it again. Taking inspired action is also an act of self-respect. It says to yourself, my dreams matter. My desires are worthy. I am worth the effort. Every time you move forward, you reinforce this belief. You build confidence, not by waiting until you feel ready, but by moving despite the doubt. Courage grows in the doing, not in the waiting. If you feel uncertain about what step to take next, start with stillness. Ask your heart, what would feel most aligned right now? What small step can I take today toward my dream? Listen to the answer and then honor it by acting. Trust that even the smallest action is meaningful when it is done with intention and love. So let this be your reminder. Do not wait for life to hand you what you want. Meet life halfway. Step into the dance with the universe by taking inspired action. Believe in your ability to create. Act on the whispers of your heart. And allow the energy of your movement to attract miracles. Every great dream has been built one step at a time, and yours will be too. Say to yourself now, I am ready. I trust my path. I take inspired action, and the universe supports me. Each step I take brings me closer to the life I desire. And then, my dear, go and take that step today. Your dream is waiting for you to act, and when you do, it will come alive.